Here at it again, the hydrostatic drive belt has come off, and you know that's happened when you can push your tractor forward with this pushed in. That's the telltale sign. Normally you got to pull this out to push your tractor around. First thing you do is take that mower off, pull those cotter pins. Now last time I got under the tractor, tried to work up under there. This time I'm gonna go about it different. I'm gonna try to stand the tractor up so that the underneath of the tractor is very accessible, and put the hydrostatic belt back on. I have no idea how it came off. I was just mowing over here. We kind of live out in the country. Just got a little junky place out here, but I guess I got another stick or something up in there. Either that or the belt is stretched and I need to replace the belt. Anyways, let's see if we can get this thing stood up and get back to that belt, or get to the belt a little bit easier. All right, so here's my plan. I'm gonna try to lift this up. Now, as you can see, we got a little clearance issue here. You know, if you don't have one of these, you probably got a neighbor who does. Anyways, I was gonna try to just roll the front tires in there and lift it up, and the bucket would capture the front tires. That's not gonna work exactly. What I'm thinking though is if I lift the bucket up and tilt it this way, I might be able to lift up the front of the mower and get the wheels over the edge of the bucket, and it'll hold it that way. You know what? Could I crack my grill? Sure. It's plastic, who cares? All right, let's see if this works. All right, there's the plan, a couple boards. I'm gonna try to push it right up in there. Wish I could film it while I did it. I'm gonna lower that bucket just a tad. Just a little bit. Oh yeah, get those front tires in there and I'll be good to go. Shockingly, it was very easy to push. Now, I'm still, like, you can see, still kinda, I think this is gonna work. Let's see if we can tilt the bucket up just a tad more. Look at that, it's pulling it right up in there. Oh, this is quite remarkable. How do you like that? All right, I'm gonna slowly jack it up, slowly. Just pulling back on this. You guys don't have these at home? Maybe you don't know what you're missing. This tractor's changed my life. The bucket. Oh, look. Oh. Now, if this thing rolls over backwards, you guys will get to witness it with me. But, that's just beautiful. Look at that. Now, full access to the hydrostatic drive under there. Full access. Now, this pulley here is what the mower attaches to. Okay, let's be clear. That's the mower pulley. Nothing's getting bent. It does straighten it out, you know. But the access to the hydrostatic drive now, amazing. Now, what I've seen before, I've seen other people do, is they literally stand this thing all the way up, and it gives you access to the back side of the belly of the mower, or the belly of the tractor, whatever you want to call this thing. The problem is, you know, these wheels are rotating freely now, and it literally could just flip over backwards. So obviously this seat folds up. And what I'm thinking about now is there something, you know what, I don't know what I'm worried about. Those tires are gonna stay in the bucket. The problem is if I keep lifting is I'm probably gonna wreak havoc on that pulley. Maybe we're good to go right here. Maybe we are. Just shut her down. Love it. So could the hydraulics bleed down on this bucket? Yes. Would it happen catastrophically and drop the mower on me if I get under there? Possibly. What's the likelihood of that happening? Probably 1 in 100 million, so I'm not gonna worry about it. I mean, these Kubotas are awesome tanks, man. I know, John Deere, look at this, the Kubota lifting up the John Deere. How ironic is that? Dagnabbit, look, right there. Hydrostatic belt has jumped the pulley again. Now last time I couldn't wedge the belt from around this fan blade, and I had to do some extra work to get it out. I'm gonna see this time, since I have better access to the hydrostatic pulley system, which, you know, these are your little pulleys here. You got a spring here. Remember, this is a spring from my last video. If we take this off, this is connected here to this bracket. And if I take tension off, these are tensioner pulleys. If I remove this spring, it should give me some ability to move the belt around a little bit more, and maybe I can get that out of there a little bit easier. We'll see. So transitioning from under, that spring attaches right here. You can see the top of the spring right there. Get a pair of pliers, grab that sucker right there and lift it out of that hole. We're gonna be able to maybe work on that belt a little bit. So now with that spring released, here's your spring. See, I've taken it off there. Now you can see this moves a little bit easier here. And it gives me a little bit more slack to work back in here. I still don't know if there's an easy way to do this though, to get that belt wedged, but I can't film it at the same time. Probably just gonna use grit, determination, screwdrivers, and pliers like normal. Get that thing out of there. Look, actually see, so granted I did move it a little bit, but I have a hickory nut that was on the pulley itself, which means I had some type of nut or something get up in there, and I don't know, but you get something between the belt and the pulley while it's running, and it can take the pulley off. So that's what it was. So I got a link to my other video, but to get this belt off, there's a little stud bolt right back here that you can see, that little black guy. Now, if you got a hex wrench, like so, 15 millimeter, I'm gonna see if I can get it over it. I probably can't. And just so you know, on top of that guy, on the top, is actually a hex head, 6 millimeter. So you might want to have both of those with you and see what works best for you, because once you get that little black stud out of there, makes it a whole lot easier to get that belt down on the pulley. There you go. 6 millimeter on top, 15 millimeter. You know, a couple turns on it. I couldn't get the closed end around it. But I was able to just get a couple quarter turns on it with the open end of that wrench. And once I had that, I was able to unscrew it with my fingers. I will tell you, if you ever have to take this out, put a drop of oil on it, never seize or something like that. It'll make doing it again the second time a lot easier. All right, so I got it back on there. I will tell you, just a little tip. If you got that hex head Allen wrench, I was actually taking it and just pushing it back like this, you know, using this end for the handle and just pushing straight back in there along the underneath the fan, and I was able to get the belt lodged between the fan and the pulley. So now that that's back on, we got to put this spring back in place, and it'll be good to go. Tell you what, getting that little stud bolt back in, just be ready. All right. Oh shoot, I forgot. And these Kubotas, you got to be sitting on them to get them started with the clutch in. Not a bad idea. All right, I'll lower her back down. And slowly but surely. Look at that, right on out of there. Yeah. Phew. Now, so remember, we had this, I still had kept this pulled out so it would roll out. So when you push it in, it should not easily roll forward. And it does. I don't know what that means, but I hope it doesn't mean I didn't do this right. Generally speaking, it's probably because it hadn't been turned on. That's probably what it is. But, all right. Going true. Poke that, ISIS!